Hello everybody, it's Lori with DIY Nails, and for today's Mani Monday video, I went ahead and tried that herringbone design that I've seen on so many different people's manis. However, I haven't been able to find a great video on how to do it, so I just wing it. So today you'll see me learn how to do something for the first time, and hopefully it helps you if you have been looking for some help on how to do it as well. And of course, I did use my favorite Christmas glitters, which is Ruby Red Zippers, Kryptonite, and I added in Magic Lamp. And let's get started. Of course, I used painter's tape to do this design because it doesn't lift my peel base up. And when you're doing really fancy, intricate designs like this, you don't really want to dip. You want to scoop over because you don't end up with a bunch of powder or glitters in places that you don't want them. So I always just use the cuticle pusher because it's a scoop. And that's how my design started out. And I go ahead and activate each one of the colors as I go down the design because I didn't want any of the glitter to get pulled into one of the other colors. And I also just didn't want to run the risk of me damaging or bumping or accidentally peeling up with the tape or pushing with my cuticle pusher any of the colors that I've already done in the design. So I just went ahead and activated each color as I went down the nail. And forewarning, this nail took me probably about 20 minutes or so. So if you are looking to do one of these nails, be prepared to sit there for a little bit because it is tedious, especially if you want really crisp and clean edges. And you can also use, after you've activated and let it dry completely and even hardened, you can just take a file and lightly file the edge before you go on to the next color to get a really crisp straight line. But I just used the opposite end of my cuticle pusher. It helped me make straight edges, so I didn't feel the need to file each level, but you can if you wanted to. And it's about at this moment that I realized that I really was starting to like it. As it was coming along, I was like, wow, I don't know if I really love this. But once I got closer to the end of my nail, I really started to fall in love with it and just thought how festive it was and what a neat design it is to have on your nail and know that it was done with all dip powders. I felt so accomplished too. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I always use cupcake liners when I dip, and I also save all of my dip powder, so I'm really excited to use this in the future. But here I am activating all of the nails at the same time and also capping the edges, because you of course want to seal the edges of your nails. That helps prevent chipping and breaking. And after a few minutes, after it's completely hardened, you can go in and file. Now, with glitter dip, you don't want to file on top, because that accidentally sometimes files the actual color off of the glitter. Therefore, you might get uneven colors, or it might actually file through to the silver. So I try to dip very smoothly when I use glitter dips. That's one thing I really do love about these glitter dips, because they are very smooth when you dip with them. However, if you have any bumps, you can go ahead and put a clear layer on. So when I use the glitter, I just try to only file the sides and the end, the free edge of my nail. And then I go back in with the activator and activate anywhere that I have filed, and wait for that to completely dry. Give it a few minutes, at least 3 minutes or so, before going in with your top coat. And top coat does dry pretty quickly, so you can work with that and create very thin and even layers. And I always put 2. Sometimes you can put 3 with glitter, but make sure you're capping your free edge on your first layer of top coat, so that you are sealing the free edge as well. And then you can go back to where you started with your top coat and put on your second layer, and give it a few minutes to completely dry. It does dry very fast, but you want to make sure so that you don't ruin that beautiful mani you just completed. And with the herringbone design, there was a little bit of unevenness, but not too much. If you do find that it is uneven, again, you can dip and clear over it. But I actually thought it turned out pretty good for my first time. So if you have any tips or tricks, or any way that you've done the herringbone design and it's worked out, or want to share any way that you've done it, please drop that in the comments below. And once that top coat has completely dried, you can go in with your favorite cuticle oil and rehydrate all of the areas around your nails. Make sure that you rub it in really good. It helps stimulate blood flow to the area and rehydrate all of the skin and cuticles around your nails that were dehydrated by all the products you were using. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have tips or tricks, please drop them in the comments below. I hope you guys have a great Monday and a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye, guys.